Within the last hour, a judge granted the request to lower the bond for a North Texas teen facing capital murder charges. 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony is accused of stabbing and killing another student at a track meet in Frisco. Anthony claims he acted in self-defense. Chris Sadeghi live from the courthouse in McKinney. And Chris, the judge heard from Anthony's family this morning before making her decision.
Yeah, Kara, this hearing just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago. In it, we heard from Karmelo Anthony's father. He testified about his son. And in the end, the judge did decide to lower the bond from $1 million to $250,000. Karmelo Anthony entered the courtroom handcuffed, wearing a yellow inmate jumpsuit. He spoke only to identify himself to the judge and stared straight forward while his father, Andrew Anthony, testified about how his son is the oldest of 4 siblings, a straight-A student, active in his church, and worked 2 jobs while serving as captain of the football and track team. To this point, he's not had any criminal history. All factors his defense brought up when asking the judge to lower the bond. The amount they were asking for was $150,000. The prosecution, though, argued the bond should have stayed at $1 million, even asking Andrew Anthony about the online fundraiser that's raised $412,000 for his son's defense. Ultimately, though, the judge said the purpose of bond is not a punishment, but to ensure the defendant returns for his court dates and to protect the community. If Anthony does post the $250,000 bond, he will be on house arrest, confined to his home with a leg monitor, and cannot leave unless the court grants permission.
Self-defense is a protection that applies to each and every one of us. There are 2 sides to every story. And Karmelo is a 17-year-old kid and an excellent student. He is the captain of his track team. He is the captain of his football team. And prior to this, what was on his mind was what college he was going to go to. This is a tragedy all the way around for both families. Rushing to judgment, trial by public perception and trial by media is not how we ensure justice is done. We are confident that after a full investigation, that the truth will come out. Thank you.
Mike, you took umbrage with the state's assessment that this was simple and brutal. Why so?
Well, the fact of the matter is, like I said, there's 2 sides to every story, and we've only heard one side. In any criminal case, the police investigate, and the defense is always far behind that. And so it is a one-sided investigation to this point, and even that investigation is still ongoing. So to say that it happened this way or that way is just not accurate at this point. All of the facts are going to come out, and that's why our system of justice requires that we keep our minds open and we let the facts come out as they are after a full investigation.
Is your client going to be able to make bond and get out today?
I anticipate that he will be able to make bond. I can't speak to how quickly that will go. Funds, in the funds that have been raised are not quick to come out. And then, there's obviously a process to the release process once bond is posted.
The big question that a lot of people have is, why was this young man armed on school property?
That's an understandable question, but it's not something that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into. This is something that I know the police and the prosecution want to get it right and want to have a full and fair investigation, and so do we. So it would be irresponsible for me or them at this point to start saying, this is what happened, this is why, anything. So I understand that's a big question. It's going to be a big question, and it's something that we will find out, and we ask that the public, as hard as it is, withhold judgment and let both of these families have justice, that let both of these young men, the Metcalf family and the memory of who they've lost, but also Karmelo, have a fair and full justice process.
Ultimately, your feeling on the reduction of this bond, feel it's fair?
Yeah, I feel it's fair. You know, bond, as the judge said, is not supposed to be an instrument of oppression. It's not supposed to keep people in jail. It's not supposed to punish. It's supposed to ensure that a person shows up to court, complies with all conditions, and it's supposed to keep the community safe. So this is a large and substantial bond, and the judge has, I think, rightly imposed reasonable conditions that will ensure both Karmelo and the Anthony family's safety, but also the safety of the community.
What was Carmelo's reaction today? He didn't seem very talkative toward you. And how has jail, I guess, been so far for this teenager? And is he on suicide watch or anything like that?
I honestly can't speak to Karmelo's reaction because I was so focused on the hearing and what was going on and what the judge was saying. You know, I think we have to all remember Karmelo is a 17-year-old kid who's never been in any sort of trouble before. If you can just put yourself in his shoes, this is a scary, bewildering process. And I can't even imagine what was going through his head, just as I'm sure I can't imagine what was going through the heads of the Metcalf family. So, you know, this is something that is new to all of them and incredibly trying.
So for people who want to know, why were you selected? I mean, what is your experience? I mean, you had to be really good.
I can't speak as to why I was selected. You know, in any case, it's important to have an attorney that you connect with, that you feel has the right amount of experience and the right investment in the case. And I'm not speaking to anybody else. I just know that, you know, that's important in any case.
Just how unsafe does this family feel? You mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to speak for them at this point, but I think you can imagine the press coverage on this case has been immense, and the online and public reaction has been immense. And unfortunately, as is common in our culture, especially lately, the vitriol and the, you know, public reaction one way or the other has been intense. And you know, threats and you know, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family. It's not good for the peace and safety of our community. So, you know, I would ask, and I know both sides would ask, that the temperature on this be allowed to come down, that, you know, the media, you guys have a job to do, and I understand that, everyone does, but, you know, at the same time, we just ask everyone in the public and everywhere to let this process play out fairly and fully for both sides. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, so Karmelo Anthony, latest developments. Give me a one if you can hear me okay, first and foremost. The latest developments, Karmelo Anthony's bond has been reduced from $1 million for a capital murder charge to $250,000. If you didn't know, Texas 199th District Judge Angela Tucker is presiding over Karmelo Anthony's case. She happens to be an African-American woman. And after reducing Karmelo Anthony's bond amount, she has been viciously attacked online. People are saying that she reduced Karmelo Anthony's bond because he is black. She is black. She is basically bringing up race. It's a racial issue. I find a bit of hypocrisy there because these same people were saying that the situation between Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf was not a racial issue. But now when his bail is reduced, it's race is the primary motivator. Do I think race had something to do with her reducing Karmelo Anthony's bond? I don't. I really don't. Her reason for reducing his bond was absolutely incredible. The reason she gave, she was 100% right in the fact that bond or bail is not meant as a tool of punishment. It is meant as a tool to ensure that alleged criminals or suspects return to court for their court dates, right? It's not there. They don't just put you, they're not supposed to put $1 million bond on your head to keep you in jail. They're not. The $1 million bond is something that if you pay is leveraged to get you back in the courtroom so you don't flee. Karmelo Anthony is not a flight risk. He's a 17-year-old kid. He doesn't have any money in any substantial amount to run away to another country. His parents don't look like the type of black folk who want to get up and leave the country or send their kid out the country to evade justice. So I see nothing wrong with letting him out on bond and reducing the bond down to an amount that was affordable by his family. He has a crowdfunding site, give send and go or something like that. He's already reached over $500,000 in donations. So if he's able to cash out against that crowdfunding site, if he's able to cash that amount out, he'll easily be able to afford a $250,000 bond. I don't know if there's partial payments. I don't know if they do the percentages on capital murder charges, but for all intents and purposes and from the outside looking in, it looks like Karmelo will be walking free pretty soon. If he is released, he will be put on an ankle monitor. So he will have to stay inside of his house unless given permission by the court to leave his home, right? Honestly, well, Jack of Spades, I want to get your question because I like these questions. You guys have questions, throw them in. How the hell does setting you free ensure your return? He is a flight risk. I don't know where a 17-year-old kid's gonna go, but also they're gonna be putting an ankle monitor on him. I don't know. He lives with his parents, so I don't know where he's gonna go. But one thing about Karmelo that we know for sure, bro ain't about running. He ain't about that life, bro. Bro rather kill than flee. So we know that he ain't running. So as far as that, I mean, I'm just going by the law. I'm going by the facts. I'm going by what, was stated in the police reports. I don't see anything wrong with him reducing his bail. I just don't see anything wrong with that. On top of that, I don't believe bro is a flight risk at all. I believe that bro is I believe that he is a person who is going to basically sit at home while his parents stress out about what's going to happen in the next couple of months. One of the things that really made my antennas perk up is the fact that he has a white lawyer, right? A lot of the narrative around this case has revolved around race. Black folks, really, I feel like African Americans, from the jump, we were like, oh, this is about race. If this was a white boy, things would be different. If race is the overall issue here, why did we get a white lawyer? I heard initially that they hired Quanell X, but then there was a group that handles like criminal defense in Texas. It's like the largest criminal defense group or something like that in Texas. They took over the case, and the group is led by this dude right here. Oh shoot, let me see. The group is led by,
Safety of the community.
What was
you can see his face right here on the right-hand side. This black dude right here, that black dude is actually the leader of the group. You guys, if you know the name of the group, let me know. I don't know the name of the group. I watched a video where that guy was speaking and he was talking about the name of the group. But to be honest with you, I don't remember what he said the name of the group was. But I know that people were saying that he initially hired Quanell X, and now Quanell X is nowhere to be found, right? You guys, if you're from Texas, let me know what the name of the group is, because I really like to know that group. But one of the things I'm trying to understand is, you're in Texas, there are probably millions of black criminal defense lawyers. Why did we get a white guy? Why did we choose a white man to handle this situation? I don't know what his lawyer's name is. I should have did more research on this, but I don't know what his lawyer's name is, but I guess he must be. I guess he must be pretty good at what he does, because they picked him up in probably one of the most high profile cases in Texas history. I'm getting the name right now. I want you guys to leave with more information than you came with. So let me just get the name. So yeah, they did hire Quanell X, but they got rid of him. They let him go, and they got Mike Howard. So Quanell X is an African American. He's a member of the Nation of Islam, I believe. He got fired for the white man. So there you go for pro-blackness. Let's get this dude out of here. Let's get the ambulance chaser out of here. Let's get a white guy here, and I guess that adds some type of like validity to the situation. But Karmelo Anthony's lawyer is Mike Howard. Mike Howard, who was appointed as Anthony's lawyer last week, spoke briefly after a judge decided to reduce Anthony's bond amount from $1 million to $250,000 on Monday. Howard asked Judge Angela Tucker to reduce Anthony's bond further to $150,000, but she said her decision was set at $250,000 and that was fair. Anthony has been in jail since April the 2nd. Howard, what you notice when he was talking in that statement, he started bringing up aspects of the defense that they're going to use to try to get Karmelo Anthony off. He's saying that Karmelo was an excellent student. He was captain of his track and football teams and was recently thinking about what college he planned to attend, right? But when he said that, I really loved the question that the reporter asked. If Karmelo is such a great student, he's the captain of his football team, captain of his track team, why is Karmelo bringing knives to school? That's the part that, for me, if I'm a juror, that just doesn't add up. That doesn't add up for me. This guy is such a great kid. This is what you're telling us. All he's thinking about is what college he's going to go to. Why does this boy have a knife in his backpack? Why did this boy previously get in trouble for bringing a knife to school? Right? The guy said, so when asked why Anthony was armed at the track meet, Howard said, that's not something we're prepared to go into. So basically, if you can just read between the lines here, they know that the smoking gun is that this guy, you're saying the guy is such a great kid, but then you got this situation where this kid's bringing a knife to school and he actually used it to kill someone. No one's arguing whether or not Karmelo Anthony killed somebody. He definitely killed someone. We are arguing whether the killing was justified. Mike believes that I have a problem with Karmelo Anthony. I don't know him. I don't know him. And as far as I'm concerned, he's innocent until proven guilty. But my speculation on this, what I see, if I'm a juror, I'm sitting on the jury. Yeah, bro, you're a great kid, but you're bringing knives to school. And someone pushed you and you stabbed him in the chest and killed him. That's what actually, according to the witnesses, that is actually what happened, right? People can ask, why did he put his hands on him? Why did he do that? Why does it matter? Why? The reasons don't really matter. The results are what matter. I got pushed and I stabbed someone in the chest and killed them. Now, based on the law in Texas, you have the right to self-defense, but you have to defend yourself with proportionate force. So you got to make me understand how stabbing someone in the chest with a knife in the heart is equal to them pushing you. And if you could understand, if you could tell me how that's equal to someone pushing someone, you win. Because that's what the lawyers are going to have to convince the jury, that someone pushing you is equal to you stabbing them in the chest. You could say, I got here. You could say, oh, he put his hands on him. You could use all the language you want. You could use all the language you want. Someone said he had a pot. All these kids don't matter. I want you to do something that is very hard for African American people to do. Focus on what actually happened and the people who were involved. You don't go in court. Court, there's precedent. If you go by precedent, bro's guilty. Oh, I'm sure them folk love me. But at the end of the day, you calling me a good boy is not going to change the facts of the situation based on what we're getting from the police report. Just tell me. I will agree with you if you can convince me that someone pushing you is what basically gives you permission to stab them in the heart. That's all you got to tell me. The link is in the comments if you want to come up. Come up and tell me how someone pushing you is equal to you stabbing them in the heart with a knife. That wasn't a pocket knife. I don't know one all black pocket knife. I don't know where you even find an all black pocket knife. Yeah, police report ain't the truth, but that's what we got at the moment. So you're dismissing the police report. That's fine. That's fine. Let's take the police report out. How do we know Karmelo wasn't like, nigga, I'll stab you and then stab her on the chest? Or like, how we know Karmelo didn't go over there like, yeah, I'm just trying to cut one of these dudes. If you don't got the police report, you got even less information. So you're dismissing the police report, but trying to tell me that what I'm saying is fake or not true. You take away the police report, that even casts more doubt onto the situation or more mystery on the situation. I'm going by what the police report says. The police report says they were sitting down arguing. They both stood up. The white boy pushed Karmelo. Karmelo said, punch me and see what happened. He picked up his bag, stuck his hand in his bag, said, punch me and see what happened. The white boy grabbed him and said, get the fuck out of here. And Karmelo stabbed her on the chest and killed him. So that's what the police reports say. Tell me how you know as much as I know, which is nothing, but you throw the police report out the window, and now you telling me I'm lying. I have a funny suspicion that a lot of African Americans are trying to dismiss the police report because they know that it's damning. Because they know that if that police report is true, if what these witnesses are saying is true, Karmelo they got him dead to rights. Am I saying I hope he goes to jail? If he's guilty, yeah. Am I saying I want him to go to jail? Not really. I don't know him. But what I'm telling you is, it doesn't matter what you say. Someone pushing you is not grounds to stab them through the heart with a knife. It's just not. If you really sit down and think about it honestly, there's no way you will want someone to do that to your kid. There's no way you will want your kid to do that to someone else. There's no way. Bro, I'm a grown man. I've seen a million fights. I've seen dudes get all up in each other's face. They damn near kissing. They all up in somebody's face. I've seen dudes pushing. It's called a shoving match, right? I've seen a shoving match. We've all seen it. Never have I thought in my mind, that dude should pull out a knife and stab bro in the heart. Never. Ever. Hakeem Johnson, you can call me a sellout, but you can't come up here and say why. I'm not a sellout. I'm just a rational thinking human being. I live in America. I don't want to live in a society where someone gets pushed and then they get stabbed in the chest and get killed. That's stupid. That is stupid to even defend that. Yeah, whether they could push me or not. Whether they could push me or not. I'm telling you. We brought up a video of a guy, right? Killed a guy for pushing him. He got found guilty. He got found guilty. And this is what I'm telling you. I watched the same black people. I watched the same exact black people, right? Say that a white guy. I want to read this story. Okay. I want you guys to, you guys can determine the guilt. Just listen in closely. I'm going to read this story and you guys could tell me if this person's guilty or not. Okay. So, crap. Okay. So tell me who's guilty here. A black Texas man. Wait, okay, here we go. Michael Johnson. Hold on. Okay. So there was this white dude in Florida. And I wish I could find a damn video of this. But there was a white dude in Florida. He killed this black guy. White guy is arguing with the black guy's girlfriend over a handicap spot. Girlfriend sitting in the car. White guy pulls up. Comes up to the girlfriend and says, hey, that's a handicap spot. You're not handicapped. So why are you parked in this spot? Black woman arguing back and forth with the white guy. Black girl's boyfriend comes out. Black girl's boyfriend comes up to the white guy, pushes him, knocks the white guy down on the ground. Right? White guy pulls out a gun. Disabled white guy pulls out a gun. Shoots the black guy in the chest and kills him. I'm going to play you guys the video. Yes, I sure did set a dog on a crackhead. Sure did. 100%. 100%. Has nothing to do with this. Right. So I'm just showing you guys a video because I want you guys to tell me, was this self-defense or was this murder? Just tell me. Because I have a funny suspicion that you guys are only looking at this based on race. And if you're looking at this based solely on race, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're not looking at it from the proper context. Right? Okay, so here goes the white guy. He pulls up, right? He pulls up. See the white car on the left-hand side? That's the black lady. She's parked in the handicap spot. You could tell by the bars right here on the ground. White guy gets out. He's handicapped. He walks, typical white guy. He's noticing she ain't got no handicap placard. He walks to the back of her car to see if she got the handicap license plate. She ain't got it. Okay. None of his goddamn business, but he's over there messing with her, right? Okay, cool. So the guy walks by. He can't let it go. He sees she ain't got in the front. He can't let it go, obviously. So now he's saying something to the girl, right? Yep. Typical nosy white man. Should have minded his own business, but he doesn't. So he's arguing with the lady. They going back and forth. Bro could have been in and out by now. Who cares about the parking spot? You got a bunch of parking spots that are closer than the handicap spot right here on the side, right? So it's goofy, but he's tripping. Today he decided he was going to trip, and so he tripped, right? Cool. They going back and forth. He doesn't seem like he's violent. He's just standing there, just being an asshole, a Karen, if you will. Black lady come out with her stuff. Bro could have went in and got his stuff by now. Nosy white guy, just being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Should have just kept it moving, right? Here we go. It has everything to do with it, Daryl one. The only one. You don't see what does Kyle Rittenhouse have to do with it? But you bringing up Kyle Rittenhouse. White guy was looking for trouble, 100%. Let's say the white guy was looking for trouble. Yes, sir. He was looking for trouble. I don't know how he's looking for trouble. He's just arguing because someone's illegal. Black guy comes out, pushes the white man down. Boom. White guy pulls out a gun, shoots the black guy in the chest. This is where the shooting happens. Okay. So he shoots that black guy in the chest. Black guy dies right there. Walks towards the store, collapses, and he dies. The white guy, I'm stating the facts. Listen, man, if you want to state the facts, come up. Because I know you don't have any facts. What you're really saying is, Brandon, why are you talking about something that goes against the narrative that I want to believe? Anyway, so the white guy shoots the black guy in the chest, right? Cool. The white guy got convicted of murder. And got sentenced to 20 years in prison. He got pushed just like Karmelo Anthony. Why wasn't it okay for him to pull out the gun and kill the black guy who pushed him down to the ground? Plus, he's a disabled veteran, I think. But he's disabled for sure. So, in the black mind, and this is why I want people, I'm never going to get the views that the people who apologize and just tell you what you want to hear get. That's fine. I want you to answer this question. Why is it wrong for him to kill when he's pushed, but it's okay for Karmelo Anthony to kill when he's pushed? That's what I'm never going to understand. Why is it okay for this man right here, and let me pull this again, he got pushed. You guys told me last week, if someone put their hands on you, you got the right to take their life. Now, I want you to tell me why it was wrong for this white man right here to kill this black man when this black man put his hands on him. He didn't just put his hands on him. He knocked the dude down. He pushed bro down to the ground. An old man. Look, boom. And he came up on the side of bro. Bro didn't even expect it. Why? Because if you say that this white man, if you say that Karmelo Anthony is justified, you have to admit that that white man is justified. I want to know. Tell me. If you tell me, is this white man justified for pulling out a gun and killing this black man? Because if you're saying Karmelo Anthony is justified, that guy's justified as well. Or is it that it's good, you're happy to see a white guy die, and you're sad to see a black guy die because you're black? If that's the case, I'm not reaching at all, the only one. I'm not reaching at all. That ain't a reach. That's the exact same situation. That is the exact same situation. It happened in Florida. What's the difference? Stand your ground. Self-defense is all the same in the South. I'm asking Mike, you don't rock with my channel. You are a typical black person. When someone says something you don't like, you start hating them. But the reality is, it doesn't matter what you say. You know, because you're an intelligent black man, just like I know, a push is not equal to a stab or a damn gun. Every black man here knows that. But instead of being men, we want to act like women and change the rules based on who's involved. Go ahead, Costa.
Hey, yeah, hey, B, hey, you cooking with that one, bro. Like, I thought about that situation, and I believe that happened in Florida.
Yeah.
A few years back when that dude pushed that white man because he was arguing with I think it was his girlfriend or his baby mama or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude killed him, and every black person was like, "Oh no, that was like, like it was unjust." And it's funny to see the same people saying that Melo is not guilty for murder. And I mean, that situation, it's like it ain't even the same. It's like apples and oranges because it was an able-bodied black man and it was an old white man. Like he could have fell over and broke his damn hip and he hospice.
Right.
But this is two 17-year-old boys.
Yes. Two healthy, strong, athletic 17-year-old boys. If there ever was an even match, that was one. Why did someone have to kill somebody? And let me tell you this, what's funny. The lawyer can't even answer the question of why Karmelo had a knife at school. And here's the thing. If Karmelo gets off, what does it do for us as a people? Make our schools more dangerous. Because now you got every little thug, not saying Karmelo was a thug, saying, man, I could take a knife to school. I could stab somebody and say, oh, what about Karmelo?
I feel like that'll put a strain on our society as a whole, because now you're gonna reignite this fire.
Look at this.
Black, white, us versus them, and we don't need that right now, especially with all this propaganda with China going on.
Man, it is stupid, man. It's the dumbest thing ever. Now, look at the response we give. DM said he wasn't at school. He was at a school event. He was at a school event. That's at school. I'm not projecting nothing, Mike. You're defensive. You're defensive and you're emotional. I know when a black man starts operating without integrity, he's emotional, or he's either just a liar. It's one of those two. I'm telling you, when that white man killed that black man and that white man got off, black people were furious about that. Oh, they was talking about Florida is racist, and if that had been the other way around, all this type of stuff. But the white man got retried and got convicted. So justice was served. I'm the one who's being consistent. A white man got pushed, killed a black man. Nope, he's guilty. That push didn't warrant him getting shot. A black boy got pushed, killed the white man. He's guilty. That didn't warrant him getting stabbed. I am the only one, Costa. I'm being very consistent. It doesn't matter who it is. You could switch the races out how you want to. If someone pushes you based on the law in Texas and Florida, you are able to use proportionate force for self-defense. So the white man could have pushed him back, punched him, kicked him, whatever. Physical, like hands. White man pulled a weapon on him and killed him. Karmelo got touched with hands, pulled a knife out and killed bro. But do you notice how the people who try to defend Karmelo, it's just like people try to defend like Kamala Harris and stuff. They never come up because they know they can't really articulate the lie that they want to believe. It's like somebody at church, they screaming amen and hallelujah, but couldn't explain to you nothing about what they saying amen about. They don't care about what's being said. They see, Mike, I put the link in the comments a million times. The link is in the comments. I put, yes, you can come up. But what I'm telling you is, it gets you nowhere. All it does is make your schools that your kids go to more dangerous. Do I think Karmelo's going to get off? Hell no. I think you guys are celebrating prematurely. I think this is what they do. They give you a little something, so when they really screw you over, it's like, but we did let him out. I think the reason they put a black judge in charge of it is because they're going to convict him. What you think, Costa? Oh, Costa is busy. But I look, guys, I know what the okie doke look like. If you understand politics, they put a black female judge over that case because they're going to convict him. Mark my words. I'm not wrong about a lot.
Hey, I think there's some validity to what you're saying, bro.
Bro, I know that's what they do.
Imagine the outcry.
If it was a white judge.
What happened if it was a white judge and they convict? Oh, it's just racial.
Bruh, it's going to be probably a fully white jury, one. The lawyers are white on both sides. If they would have had a white judge, bro, black folks would have started trying to burn stuff down. So they're giving you a black judge, right? You know, black folks, they do their job when they're in those situations. They didn't get where they got listening to black folks in emotionalism. She's going to convict Karmelo Anthony. She might give him a lenient sentence, and I hope she does. I hope she give him 10 years. He do about 5 or 7, and he get out on probation. I hope he does. That's what I hope. Because I still do want him to learn his lesson. But it's not looking like bro's getting off now. I promise you. If bro would have got a white judge, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, they probably going to let bro slide. No.
Yeah,
I think they're putting that woman there so she can be the fall guy when the black folks start acting up, because it's going to be very hard for the defense. The guy literally was like, we're not prepared to answer that right now, because there's no one in any of these spaces who could get around the fact this boy brought a knife to school as good and had brought a knife to school before. Go ahead, Miss Berry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was just wanting to say, I don't know who the judge is going to be. I missed that part. I missed a lot of things.
She's a black lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so she'll be the mother.
I mean,
basically. Yeah. I just feel like as Karmelo's mother, if I was his mother, I would be sick. I would be sick, because then in that instance, we got all the way to you 17 years old and you done killed somebody. Oh my gosh. So for me, I don't see anything good in this situation. I don't see nothing good coming out of this situation. Nothing. Because however many years he'll end up in jail, his mother's going to be in jail with him, basically. It's sad. All the way to 17 in this.
Man, listen. Do you think that they put a black judge over this? Because I have a theory. I think they put a black judge over this because they're going to convict, bro. And they trying to, like, deal with the, like, the backlash. Like, we had a black judge, so you can't say it was racism.
They do that in corporate America when they want to fire a nigga and they don't want to have no kind of backlash for, like, racism and discrimination, they'll get like a black manager to do it.
Yeah, it's like it's the optics of it, because they know black folks. We're looking at the optics of the situation more than
Yeah.
anything.
How long? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Okay. All right. So, how can I say this? Right.
Just be honest.
Dude was wrong for stabbing him. I'm gonna be honest about that. He really didn't have to stab bro. But this the point that I'm trying to make, right?
Okay,
It's really not a race thing
I
because
agree.
it's really not. That's how everybody's kind of spinning it. So when I come from an angle of trying to say dude should have never put his hands on him, it's not because it's a white boy, but look at it how the white boy had the audacity to step up as he was the authority to confront bro. Now we don't know the exchange in words that they had. I believe it was certain things in those circumstances that triggered him to show out with the knife. He
Oh,
didn't want to get embarrassed.
I could tell you this. I agree. The white boy
Touch me,
100%.
touch me and see what's going to happen. Touch me and see what happens.
Yeah, that's
That sounds
provocation.
like a threat.
That's
No,
provocation.
but it's kind of a warning too, though,
But
because
it's
you had to say something to me to trigger me to say, "Yo, put your hands on me, and you gonna see what's gonna happen." Now, let me say this,
What
right?
he
Now,
said was, bro, you got to get up out of here. You don't belong on this side of
all right,
the
now,
stadium.
all right, but let's think about this, right? Say you
okay.
came to the stadium, right? Now I'm over there. You coming to meet my tent. It's pouring down rain. Why would I tell you to get from over here if it's pouring down rain? We all at a track meet. We're all kids, right? We're all teenagers. Who gives me the right to tell you get up out of here, go back in that rain? If I had such an issue with it,
Teenagers always trying to tell each other what to do. That's
all
number
right,
one.
that's okay.
Number
But it
That's
doesn't
the
make it
two,
point.
right.
Hold
Wait,
it
on. But
still does
wait,
not
guys.
justify
Wait.
him
I
killing.
never said he
Killed.
justified him. But see, you
Well,
got to stop saying I'm justifying
in
him.
Mike's
What I'm
defense,
saying is,
Mike did say he was wrong for stabbing him, so he didn't
yeah, he's
justify.
wrong. This my whole thing. Everybody kind of making it about race. It's really not about race. But this is my thing. Nobody's not really holding the kid that got unalive responsible for what he did.
100% I am.
That's my whole
I mean,
thing. It's
at
not
the
even
end of
you,
the day,
Brandon. Like,
at the end of the day, God hold him accountable. He dead. That's the
yeah,
maximum of accountability.
he got the right one that day.
He lost his life. That's
Exactly.
Listen, the Bible say that the wages of sin is death. Once you die, that absolves you of all sin. So he met his ultimate maker. He met his maker for making a mistake. So he's been held accountable, Mike. We
All right,
understand
perfect.
that. He
All
was
right,
wrong
perfect. All right,
1,000%.
so okay, so me and you
Right.
can agree on that. Now, see, me and you agreeing on that. Now, see, here's the thing. Now, everybody's kind of looking at it like, oh, he shouldn't get in trouble, bro. He's going to jail. Now,
Well,
should he get
yeah.
murdered?
No,
No,
listen.
I don't believe
He
he
gonna
should
get
get
murdered.
murdered.
He gonna
No,
get second degree or third degree.
I think he should walk
They're
away with
going to charge
manslaughter.
him. Yeah.
I think
Man, to
manslaughter
me,
would mean it's an
manslaughter.
accident.
Yeah, and to me,
Right.
it was an accident because it's coming out of emotions.
Well,
He's a
we got to
that's a
listen to
teenager.
the facts of the case.
that's a
It's to
crime of
you,
passion.
but not to the jury, not to the, you have to go through the whole rigmarole of it. It's
Yeah.
like, that's why I didn't want to really have a comment about it, because, either way, ultimately the law is going to determine this young man's fate. And the
What I
saddest part is somebody died. So that young man's mother has to go to a freaking cemetery to visit him.
Well,
And the
two
other young
people
man's
really
mother will
died.
be
Well, two people really died because Carmelo's future's dead. All that
don't
college
think he
stuff
gonna
he
get
got
the
is
Oh
dead.
yeah. But
Yeah,
Hey,
well, his mother's
hey,
gonna care for him. He'll be alive. She gonna be able to see him, put money on his books, make sure he got his commissary. He has a chance at life when the time comes for him to get out of there. It's a very, very horrendous situation.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
hey, hey, can I say something real quick?
go ahead, G.
Hey, hey, talking about Florida, right? The
Mm.
reason why old buddy, the white guy, got convicted was when a young man pushed that old white man down. When the white man pulled his gun when he was on the ground, old buddy, the black guy retreat. He was trying to retreat backward.
Yep.
That's
That's
what
how
was in
state
court,
rules.
and it shot him. Now it was another incident. It was a incident in a Waffle House when this black guy shot this white guy. Remember that? in Florida. It was three of them. Three of the white guys. It was two white guys against one black guy. I guess they got in an argument, and the bigger of the two white guys punched the black guy in the face, and the black guy stumbled backward. I think he brandished a gun. Right. One of the white guy friends came outside of out of the Waffle House into the Waffle House and attacked the black guy, and the black guy shot him and killed the white guy, and he got off. It's because he was going towards him, and the white guys didn't have no gun or nothing like that. But because he went towards him, he had every right to shoot and blast his head off. You know what I'm saying? Now, so with this situation here, the white boy jumped on the black guy, so he have every. I would think if they could prove it, if the white boy didn't retreat and he's still attacking the black kid, I think he can get off free, just like that black guy did.
Well, here's the issue.
Ain't walking away free.
The only thing I'm telling you that makes it different is Karmelo, according to witnesses, was saying, "Touch me and see what happened." So when you're,
but that's what that black guy was saying too. That was what that black guy was shot that white guy. He said, "Man, fuck with me again. I'm gonna do you." And sure enough, the guy came outside from outside the Waffle House because he see his friend was arguing. He attacked the black guy, and the black guy shot him and killed him.
Yeah, but that's no different than a no trespassing sign.
You ain't telling the story all the way
That's
right.
no different from a trespassing sign.
Hold on, y'all. That is not the whole story. The white dude was in the Waffle House. He was in there with it was 8 of them. It was 8 of them. It was 6. It was 6 up. It was 6 up. It was 3 or 4 that came inside. Hold on. And there was 5 outside.
Guys,
it was 5.
Wait a minute.
Of them outside.
Hold on, Hustle Smart. We're not going to interrupt. G, you told your version of the story. We're going to let Bro tell his version of the story, and then I'll clarify everything as I look it up. Go ahead.
So the white dude came in there, shirt off, and they was in there fucking with the people in there. And then he tried to give the dude some dap, and when he tried to do that, he sucker punched. And so they was in the mood to jump. They was finna jump on him until the guy pulled out a gun. That's the difference. The dude didn't sucker punch him and then went back. They sucker punched him, and all of them was trying to jump on him.
Hold on.
No, that's not true.
Boy,
black guy.
This happened. This happened. This happened like it was. No,
the white
bro.
boy tried to hit him, or the black dude tried to hit him.
The white boy. I agree with Hustle. The white dude walked up. Come on, bro. The white dude tried to give him some doubt on some sucker shit, and when the dude, the black dude didn't want to put his hands up at all. And then the goddamn white dude stuck it. He had his shirt off.
Oh yeah. He was looking for trouble. Yeah, he.
I remember this shit like it was yesterday. All of them was trying to jump on them, and the black dude started shooting. He didn't even see. That's the thing, Brandon. I hope he played a video because the black dude wasn't shooting to kill. The black dude was actually shooting down. What happened was the white dude was trying to duck. He was trying to duck down like under because he wasn't trying to get his face on the camera. That's how the actual bullet ricocheted. That's the difference.
Well, the way I seen it was the white dude would duck because he was trying to go after his leg and try and dump the nigga, but the nigga just shot him up, blast him, boom.
But that's a different story. That's just like are you not trying to understand that it was 3 or 4 of them and 5 of them outside? It was 8 of them total.
I ain't seen no.
Of course,
you said 8.
Because it don't. If you would have looked at the trial, because I followed the whole thing, and that's when all the police report came out of the other people was outside. It was 2. See, if you watch the video, it was 2 trucks that pulled up. 2 trucks.
All right, now Hustle, let me ask you something. Right, I be agreeing with you. We almost be seeing eye to eye, right? Now, if listen, I'm Mellow, right, and me and the dude getting into it, right, and the brother said one thing. He said, I seen my brother getting into it, and I made my way over there. Would you think that put more fear in his heart to say, oh, shit, they finna jump me? And then bro lunged at him, and that's when he hit him?
True. That's true. But you added in another caveat. You said that the dude lunged at him. Lunged at him mean they tried to hit him.
Well, okay, when I say lunge, you went to go grab him.
No, that's not. That's what I'm
Well, I
saying. You
used the
say
wrong word. I used the wrong
you
word.
you
Okay,
used the
he
wrong
went
word.
to go grab her.
And the only reason why I'm saying this because I'm telling you this is how it's going to be in court. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you
Yeah.
can't use the word lunge. Lunge is like I'm almost diving at you, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this. You
Go ahead.
drive trucks, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you at the Loves, you filling up, right?
Yep.
You getting into it with a dude. You know, one of them old drunk backwoods dudes drivers, whatever, cattle haul or whatever. Let's
Right.
say y'all getting into it about you ain't pull up, right? He
Right.
getting close to you. Now he say, you tell him back up. He keep coming towards you. What we gonna say, man, back up if I hit you in your shit or something, right?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's say he do try to grab you and you hit him, you poke him, whatever you do. Wouldn't you almost have the right to defend yourself?
Yeah, but see, but you adding in a different caveat. You saying that the dude punched me or I punch him.
No, I say no, he was coming towards you.
Or
Basically, you
no,
warning him.
until he swings or something like that, then I'm not gonna pose that. It's not a threat to me.
Okay. I would still see it as a threat,
Listen, what
I mean,
I'm
I'm gonna be on my guard, but I'm just using the scenario that you gave me because if we had the fuel pump, it's cameras up there and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
It's gonna be plenty of witnesses out there, so you know what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen like that. But at the end of the day, to tell you the truth, bro, I've never seen a fight at a truck stop before ever.
Oh no, I ain't seen one yet either. But they out
That's
there
what I'm
though.
saying.
They
So
out there though.
it'd be a lot of talking, but I've never seen a fist fight because most people got to get in their truck and drive. You can't you can't drive nowhere. You just got in the fight.
Hey, let me play the video of what happened in Florida, so we can see what you guys are talking about.
Because it was time for him to go. Surveillance shows one of Fields' friends, Robert Black, approaching Jorge Hernandez and then shakes his hand. Black then tried to do the same with Williams, and you can see he has his hands crossed and shakes his head no. Robert Black then punches Williams in the face. Williams backs up and shows his gun. Seconds later, Dakota Fields runs back into the restaurant, charges at Williams, and then Williams pulls the trigger. Fields was shot 3 times. He and his friends then leave, and on their way to the hospital, their SUV crashes with another car. Fields was pronounced dead on scene. Documents show that after shooting Fields, Williams set the gun on the restaurant counter and called 911. He told the operator what had happened and that he acted in self-defense. He also had his concealed carry permit. When questioned by detectives, several other witnesses inside the Waffle House say Fields and his friends were acting drunk, confrontational, and unruly the night of the shooting. When Dakota Fields' friend Robert Black was interviewed by detectives, he told them that Williams had reached for a gun when he tried to shake his hand. Surveillance video showing that never happened, and he later admitted it was a lie. Katie Jones, Fox 4, in your corner.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, this is a justified shooting. Also, what you guys got to understand too is there was witnesses, and the witnesses basically corroborated the story of the man who shot the white guy. Plus, they got video surveillance. The witnesses around Karmelo in Austin, they admitted, like, yes, Austin did push Karmelo, but there's a difference between one guy pushing you. Hey, he pushed me, right? Cool. Because if you notice the black dude, when the black dude got punched, and I'm going to tell you, right, I'm going to show you where the difference is between Karmelo and the other dude. When the black guy got punched, he pulled his gun, but he didn't shoot nobody.
He took 3 steps back.
And
then another dude came in there.
Look, I'm armed. I got the pistol on you. Don't, back the fuck up. See what I'm saying?
It ain't no concealed weapon. Like,
but
it ain't
wait
no
a minute.
concealed weapon.
Let me finish. Why do the black men love filibuster?
Go ahead. It's my fault, bro. Go ahead.
Because I know you feel your point crumbling. Listen. So look. This man got a gun on him. He's been punched and still didn't shoot nobody.
It took another person.
Listen. So when y'all talk about, oh, bro, punch. If bro would have punched, bro, and bro would have just pulled out a gun and shot him, this black dude would have been guilty of murder.
All
He
right,
would have been guilty of murder. Wait a minute.
Right.
Based on the law, proportionate force. Now, it's different when you got one guy in front of you and you drew down on him, and another crazy animal run in and try to do. You don't know what bro about to try to do to
Right.
you. Bro came in so fast. Look, bro came in
He
so
looked like that little
fast.
thing from the Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
100%. You don't know if bro was gonna stab you.
Precious.
You don't know if bro about to stab you. You don't know if bro about to try to shoot you. That's all reaction right there. That's all spur of the moment. Oh
Yep.
shit, bam, right? There's no jury that's gonna convict. But the black man did what Karmelo should have did. I got the weapon. Back the fuck up. Karmelo, bro grabbed him. Karmelo came and just stabbed him.
But the guy who came out from Waffle, he didn't know the dude had a gun. His friend knew, but he didn't know that.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He ran in attacking, bro.
Hold on for a second, Brandon. Hold on for a second. Let me tell you how he knew he had a gun, because the glasses, the windows right there is glass.
Yeah.
He's sitting up there looking right. He looking at the whole thing.
But he
The black dude.
So he was so drunk enough to attack a man with a
that's
gun.
how
Come on.
you just don't know crazy white dudes in the South. But listen to the thing. The black dude actually, when he got punched, he actually took he followed the law. So he followed the teachers that they teach on the character. He actually took 3 steps after he got punched. Now imagine this now. He got jawed. He got punched in his face, took 3 or 4 steps back and restrained himself. He didn't shoot until the second attack.
100%. And this is the thing. If they take a video, if I see a video and what Karmelo went through was like this, I'll be the first person to say he was totally justified in doing what he was doing. But I have a doubt that when the video does come out, it's gonna look like this, because all the witnesses said they was arguing, sitting on a bench. They stood up. I'm imagining, so what you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do type situation, right? 2 alphas. One pushed the other one stabbed the other one. You can't stab nobody at school for pushing you. Push them back. Kick them in the balls. Whatever. Bro, you took it from 0 to 1,000.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
I won't. Brandon.
So what happened to what was that case called? The white boy who shot those people and got off, Rosenberg or whatever his name is.
Rosenberg?
No, you were just you mentioned it.
George Floyd.
No, he was attacked by
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse. Yeah, how you feel about that one?
That's totally different from this.
Yeah.
That's 100% total.
Rittenhouse is more like this, what I'm looking at right here, because they pulled a gun on Rittenhouse. They attacked them with weapons, and Rittenhouse ran from them. One thing about
Brandon, you forgot that they beat him with a skateboard. They were hitting him with a skateboard.
That's what I meant when I said they attacked him with weapons. Like,
okay, gotcha.
I'm from California. That's like the home of skateboarding. And if you know anything, people don't mess with skateboarders, because skateboarders will hit you with their skateboard and you could die. People have died from that. So that's a weapon. So, because the truck on the bottom is made of solid metal.
Skeeter Mills.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I won't.
Yeah.
I'm bad, Brandon.
It's a piece of wood with a piece of metal attached to the bottom, a hard piece of metal. So if you hit somebody with that, all the time, like if you almost hit a person on a skateboard, these little skaters, they'll pick up their skateboard and break your windshield with it, because that's how hard those skateboards are. So yeah, that was a weapon. But they pulled a weapon on Kyle Rittenhouse, a gun, attacked him with a weapon, the skateboard. Kyle Rittenhouse was running from them, and he didn't shoot until he fell on the ground. A dude tried to jump and stomp on bro head. That's when he discharged, bam, bam. So Kyle Rittenhouse, even Judge Joe Brown said Kyle Rittenhouse should have never been charged. Joe Brown said that. He said Kyle Rittenhouse should have never been charged. Black people listen to Joe Brown when they agree with him. But when they don't agree with him, they just gloss over it like it was never said. That's just us, you know. That's
he a coon.
Yeah. Go ahead, Free Game.
Brandon, I want you to sell out. I want you to buy in. But guess what? You cannot bring a knife to a damn track meet. Literally, the signs are right outside the gates before you enter into the football field track meet. You can't have the knife on the bus going to the track meet. You can't. A lot of times, a lot of schools don't even allow you to drive your own car in case you get into an accident going to the track meet. So he was wrong for bringing the weapon to the school in the first place. Second, I really want him to be innocent, because he's black, because a lot of whites talking shit on Twitter right now. But at the same time, I can't defend him because he should have jumped the dude or something. He should have fought. I think he would have been better off fighting the dude. And if the dude would have died while they was fighting, then he would have had a better chance of getting off. But since he brung a knife to a fist fight, I don't see him getting off. I really don't see him getting off the charge at least manslaughter and getting 10 years off that.
And they was going to reduce his bond anyway.
Yeah,
I
even
think
Judge
it's
John
gonna be
Brown,
I think it's
even
gonna be either second-degree murder or involuntary manslaughter at this
It's
point.
gonna
Yeah,
be involuntary.
the only time you don't get your bond reduced if you got capital murder, premeditated murder, or murder one. That's the only time you don't get it reduced. But any type of manslaughter, attempted murder, you always get your bond reduced. I actually had mine reduced, and I still didn't bond out because I knew I was going to prison. You get what I'm saying? Like it took a OG to tell me that. He said, man, you can get out if you want to. He said, but you're gonna have this case on you. You selling drugs, you get caught in anything, they're gonna revoke your bond and you're gonna have an extra charge. He said, man, you're gonna go to prison for this. You're going to prison. So you might as well sit here and goddamn, at least when you go to prison, you won't do as much time in prison. You get what I'm saying? Because you have been on dead 12, 13 months in the county. You get what I'm saying? Then you won't have to do that much in prison. But if you get out on bond, soon as you get convicted, your ass going to prison in a couple of weeks. That's how it works. Because you're already committed. You're committed to the state. The Department of Corrections once you leave that courthouse. So you only gonna be at the county jail for a couple of weeks. So that means you're gonna do all your time where the gladiators at. Prison is gladiator school. Now county jail. Now some county jails is like that too. But at the end of the day, you can be protected. You can also have your own cell in county jail, but in prison, man, you sharing the room with 3 to 4, sometimes 8 people. You get what I'm saying? So, him getting out on bond, the only way that's gonna help him if he can beat it. But if he goddamn gonna get convicted, then he just don't waste that time because now when he's out on bond, it's gonna take like a year or 2 for this to go to court. This court case is not gonna be settled this year unless he filed for a speedy trial.
Yeah, they probably gonna file for a speedy trial because they still thinking they could get him in college and maybe he'll get on the team and all that. They'll still let him in if he get found to be not guilty.
Speedy trial is bad, Brandon. Speedy trial is bad on a murder charge. You want to let the tension die down on a murder charge. You want to let the tension. You want to let these white people that's gonna be on these white people can't wait to get on this jury. That's why I was glad I had the lawyer that I had because he the one told me that shit. He's like, man, do you know what he said? He said you did this broad daylight. He said people gonna be waiting to get on. It was on the news. People gonna be waiting to get on the jury pool. So he said, man, he said we want a continuous act for discovery, and we'll go to court in 8 months or 12 months, and you'll get a different jury pool that's not tainted by the media.
Hey, 100%. But I think they, because if they drag it out too long, it'll kill his football dreams. Bro's pretty good player. I could see them asking for speedy trial so they could see if they can get an innocent verdict and get him off the school and stuff. Grambling State, Stony Brook U, Southern, they'll take him still. They don't care. They just took the dude who choked out his girlfriend. He already had domestic violence cases, and they still took him.
Kill a white man.
Shoot, hey, what he did to this
They
girl.
made them shit.
Hey, what he did to
Rehabilitation.
this girl. Hey, what he did to this girl. He probably gonna wish he was in Carmelo Anthony's shoes. Choked her unconscious, then slammed her head on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
A little petite, his girlfriend, little black girl.
Yeah, I
Choked
saw.
Hey, got her in a rear naked choke, dog.
Yeah.
Choked her to sleep, then slammed her head on the ground. His
she
life
ain't-
is over.
She ain't even have no cheeks, so she was about 110 or 115 at the most.
And he was about to enter the NFL draft. Bro, life over for real. Bro gonna be on suicide watch. Let me play this because Carmelo has been released.
Shit.
Carmelo has been released. Guys, am I talking too loud? Let me
No,
know.
you're good.
All right, cool.
You talking to me, bro? Come on now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
sound
talks
loud like a
louder than me.
Hey, Carmelo has been released, guys.
In that deadly stabbing at a high school track meet in Frisco. The teenage suspect just bonded out of the Collin County Jail after a judge reduced Karmelo Anthony's bond from $1 million down to $250,000. Karmelo.
I want y'all to check out how big bro is real quick. Pause.
Let me see.
Remember 5'4", 111 pounds soaking wet. Remember they were saying that?
Anthony is now under house arrest, and Brittany Moncrief is at the county jail where he just walked free.
That's right, Chris. Carmelo Anthony was released probably about 30 minutes ago, and this all after an unusual bond hearing this morning. Now, cameras weren't allowed inside the courthouse, but I can tell you that it was heightened security, including 2 metal detectors. Now, Judge Angela Tucker tells us that her office, as well as both families, have been receiving calls and messages that no one should have to listen to.
It's what happens outside.
Threats and talk of race war and all kinds of insanity
that shapes matters inside.
This has definitely rocked our entire community.
While Collin County Courthouse holds countless bond hearings, it's this one.
How far did you travel to get here today?
3 hours. That's drawing more attention and more
stupid ass wig.
That's drawing.
How far did you travel?
Countless bond hearings.
This has definitely rocked our entire community.
While Collin County Courthouse holds countless bond.
Hold on.
Hearing.
Yeah, he's about 5'7", 5'8".
That dude is 5'7". That
dude is taller than that. He taller than everybody there.
He tall.
Because that white guy 5'10" on the far right. I know that cat.
There ain't no white people in this whole picture. So what
In
you
the
talking
far
about?
right. Far
That's
right.
not a white person.
That's a white man, man.
This man lying like ain't no white man in this picture. Anyway, nah, bro about 5'11". Bro about 5'11".
Yeah, he about 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, he about 5'11". But
no, he ain't no 5'11".
He damn sure ain't no 130 pounds. That bro look like he 130?
Nah.
Bro damn sure ain't no 130 pounds.
Yeah, he about 5'10", 165.
About 160, 165. Yeah, no. Listen, look at him. Look at Buddy right here. Buddy right here about 6'2". The dude right here to the right. He about 6'2". Carmelo about 2 inches or maybe 3 shorter. Yeah, you can see it. So what I'm telling you is, bro is not a super little guy. He's not tiny.
Show the Mexican lady. Let me see the Mexican lady real quick.
That Mexican lady about 5'5". She's small.
Nah, she like 5'2", homie. She's 5'2", 5'3". They don't grow that big. Your Mexican ladies do not grow big.
Listen, if she was 5'2", she'll be down at this dude's chest area.
Exactly.
But we don't know how tall that dude is, though. Nah, nigga, you all Mexican. We going by Mexican height. Mexican height's about 5'3". That dude next to her, is about 5'10".
What state do you live in?
Yes. Huh?
What state do you live in?
I used to live in Houston, Texas, but I'm in Jersey now.
Okay. You ain't seen Mexicans lately. They not 5'3".
I did see Mexicans. They are 5'3", my nigga.
This lady about 5'4", 5'5". But this dude right here is way taller than
man, I don't believe that shit, man.
And
all right, so if you look at if you say that lady 5'3", 5'4", right? No, she about 5'3", 5, and you put her forehead close, man, nigga. Nah, I still don't agree with that shit.
Hold on, bro. Let's take his point for a second. Even if she was 5'2", her head would come to his chest. So that's still
it would come to it. It would come to his shoulder. Look at it, but it would come over his shoulder.
So hold on. Let's go with it. So how many inches from your shoulder to the top of your head?
It's about About
Six.
About
6 inches at least. 6 inches at least. So that would
All
put
right,
him in.
that's what I'm saying. He's like
So
five.
that would
Yeah,
hold
he's
on.
5'2".
So that would put him in the 5'8" to 5'10" range.
What I'm telling you,
Bro, I'm using your own math.
the point I'm
I
making
know
is,
you using my math.
guys, listen, G. Lacan, it's not an argument because we've seen Karmelo standing up against a height measuring wall. So you can say whatever you want. We've seen that bro is over 5'10" because bro head is damn near at the 6 foot mark. We've already showed those pictures and everything. Then he's listed at that. Wait a minute, bro. We got 3 sources of evidence. We have him standing against a height wall. He's over 5'10". We have his profile on the recruitment site, which has him listed at 5'11". We have the profile with him on the recruitment site listed at 165 or 160. Bro looking about a good 160. And also, bro is not looking scrawny, feeble, none of that. Bro looks like a football player. If you ask
So how
me,
how big was the white boy? How big was the white boy?
6 feet, 220. 6 feet. 220.
Exactly 6 feet.
That's what they have him listed as. 6 feet, bro. They eye to eye.
Okay, if he's 6 feet, right, and 220, if you look at his build, there ain't no 6 feet. You ain't getting no 220 looking with that build. I'm sorry,
man,
that's like a 180. I swear that's about a 180 if he's 6 feet and his build that look like that. He no bigger than 180 or 175, homie.
The white
He's
boy.
taller than 6. I'm talking about the white boy.
They
Ain't no white boy 220 and look and have his build at 6 feet tall. He had to be at least 6'4", 6'5".
But he was looking skinny, right? When you watch his pictures, because I noticed
If he was looking skinny, but I don't care. He was 6'4", 6.
But I think those photos are old. Like,
nah, get out of here, man. Y'all making an excuse. Don't make an excuse for that.
I'm not making not a single excuse for nobody. You the one arguing nonsense. We already talked about this the day before yesterday. Okay, let me put this in context for y'all. Floyd Mayweather is 150 pounds. So bro got 15 on Floyd and height. And I promise you, Floyd Mayweather would probably knock that white dude out. So when we're looking at the height, weights, all that, just keep it in context. Bro, sick, damn near 5'11", damn near 6 feet. Bro, about 160, 165. Because I think his stats is from last year as well, from October 2024. Bro don't look like no little dude. He don't look like feeble. He doesn't really look like he got to stab nobody to protect himself, especially if they're unarmed. Now, that's what he did, but he's not looking like, I'm scared, I'm terrified. Bro just looking like shit. I'm dealing with some bull crap right now.
But Brandon, let me ask you something. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Now, I'm just thinking about saying, all right, so I'm looking at Melo parents and his home situation, right? What if this kid was just, he wasn't built like that? We giving him credit of, no, I'm just asking the question though, because I'm really trying to figure out what would make him stab the dude. I'm all for the other stuff. We know he's wrong, whatever, but I'm really thinking this kid wasn't like that.
Emotional?
If he wasn't like that, why is he bringing a knife to school?
Because I'm really thinking he might be a bitch at heart. Not trying to disrespect the kid, but I'm really thinking he might really be like a timid kid. He plays sports, but everybody that plays sports not a tough guy.
But people that play sports at that level, especially if they go to college, they got that dog in them.
In Texas, especially.
You got to have that dog in you in Texas, bro.
But not with everybody.
Not everybody got dog in them.
Listen, I ain't met nobody on that. I ain't met nobody on the field playing like bro who walking around scared. I ain't never in my whole life.
We talking about dogging as far as we playing on the field.
Like,
but I'm talking about hand-to-hand combat.
Wide receiver or something, I could see that. But bro play freaking strong safety, bro.
I mean, what you doing is you asking like a hypothetical question. So
that's what
that
it is.
could go,
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. A hypothetical can go either way. So the same way that you can say he might ain't bought that light, that somebody else can say, well, man, that nigga just emotional like a chick. So he just acted like emotional like a female. See what I'm saying? But then at that point, then he's wrong. Because that means that
he been said he wrong. I been said he was wrong.
Oh yeah,
he wrong.
Let me play the rest. Let me play the rest.
It's this one.
How far did you travel to get
Oh
here
my
today?
God, she like a
That's
frog.
drawing more attention
What do you
and more
do?
security. With not a courtroom seat empty, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony appeared before Judge Angela Tucker for a bond hearing in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a UIL track meet on April 2nd in Frisco.
Self-defense is a protection that applies to each and every one of us.
Anthony's attorney, Mike Howard, asking the judge to drop his $1 million bond to $150,000.
There are two sides to every story. And Karmelo is a 17-year-old kid and an excellent student.
Anthony's father, Andrew, took the stand stating Anthony is captain of his school's track and football team. He says his family can't afford the $1 million bond as he's taken leave from work and will need to move into a new home for safety reasons. But Collin County District Attorney's Office argues Anthony's family raised more than $400,000 through GoFundMe and Gifts and Go.
It's the most unnatural thing for a parent to lose their child.
Judge Tucker decided to drop the bond to $250,000, taking in consideration Anthony's age, ties to the community, and no criminal past. Anthony must be on house arrest wearing a leg monitor and can only leave home with the judge's permission.
I feel it's fair. Bond, as the judge said, is not supposed to be an instrument of oppression.
I'm looking forward to reviewing all the facts of the case.
It's those facts that we have yet to hear.
So as a mother myself,
Oh my God.
I feel that it's very painful and on both sides.
Shoot it.
And part of Anthony's bond is that he will have to check in with the court every Friday. And if he violates his bond restrictions in any way, he'll be placed back here at Collin County Court. Chris?
All right, thanks, Brittany. Just in an hour from now, Frisco ISD will hold its first school board meeting since that stabbing, and they're expected to ask for a low attendance waiver at Memorial High because so many students were grieving and stayed home from school.
Hey, bro killed the wrong white dude. Bro got his whole community behind him.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He don't need to do no speedy trial, bro. Not in Frisco. Not in Frisco, Texas. Frisco, Texas is damn near all white. See, the other dude, the other day, he said a different kind. He didn't say it was Frisco.
No, nigga, I mean, Frisco, Texas ain't all white.
No, what I'm saying, I ain't saying all, I don't mean all white. Frisco, Texas is majority white.
Yeah, I mean, I say about 30% black. I'm here.
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Oh, we got a guy who's from there. Let's hear brother out. Go ahead, Jack of Spades.
Well, I'm just saying, man, he in some trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I don't know, man.
Turn your TV down. Turn your TV down.
Okay, I cut it off.
Yeah, because we can hear it in the background. I love the sound of my own voice, but the audio.
Yeah, I sounded good in the background too.
Go ahead.
Okay. I gotta cut it. I gotta pause.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Bro, pause it. Sound like he paused himself.
Man, he probably got that old TV where you have to yank the cord out the back.
Nah, it sounded like when he said I gotta pause it.
I know.
Mike out too.
You probably got to cut off YouTube.
We can hear you, Jack Spade. Go ahead, brother.
I'm just gonna cut it off.
Yeah, cut the TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Hey, you guys, while we wait for Jack of Spades, please do me a favor. We have a goal for super chats. 5 super chats, $5 super chats to reach the goal. You should see it in the comments. Shout out to my boy JP from the LB for a $5 holler in the Cash App. Shout out to my boy Laughing Like Sagat for the $2 holler on the Cash App. Please help us reach our super chat goal, just so we can support the content and keep it moving. Because I'm trying to grow this channel, and it is growing. We just got to 17,000 subscribers. We're doing work. Go ahead, Jack of Spades.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What I was gonna say, when you walk into that courthouse, man, it's they got paintings of judges all the way back to the 1800s. They all white. I mean, it's a for real. It's a white county. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke. I mean, it's all kind of rural. I mean, when they showed you that, you couldn't just see all the trees and the damn fields, but it's rural. It's out there. It's in McKinney. I mean, he just, like I said, I'm thinking it's gonna be manslaughter. I don't think they're gonna just hit him with just like what the brother said. I mean, they want to reduce the bond if they ain't gonna give him some, lower. But I kind of figure that DA, man, he ain't gonna get his job. I mean, he gonna lose when it comes to the next voting time. They're gonna vote his ass out because, excuse my language, they're gonna vote him out.
Right.
Because I mean, that was kind of a bad move, man, especially in
They got a
this
black
part
judge
now in
now.
Dallas County. Dallas County is blue. Dallas County blue. I mean, damn near. I mean, the mayor, he flipped and became a Republican, man. But I mean, you got more. Look, Jasmine Crockett. When my mom lived, Jasmine Crockett, man, is the representative. So I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, I don't think he's in the wrong county to do this stuff. I mean, Dallas County, you probably can get away with it, but Collin County is just too many. It's too many white folk out here.
Hey,
Rural white
Frisco,
people. I ain't
Texas.
talking about. That's upscale. That's an upscale community. It's Frisco and Little Elm is upscale. It's right near Plano. You know, a lot of cowboys used to live here. A lot of Dallas Cowboys used to live in Plano. I mean,
I know
right south of
exactly where
Frisco.
it's at.
Yeah, it's all rich $1 million houses.
That's what I'm saying.
So
And
I
that's
mean,
what tripped me out when they said when the other day the guy said it was in another county, and I'm like, that don't sound right. But then when I saw the courthouse, I was like, oh shit, that's Frisco. Hell no, Frisco is like Brandon. Frisco is so white that you rarely see a black person. Like you got to go in
you're
that
right about
area
that.
just to see black people.
People
Like
that's
other than
here
that, you're
is
gonna
upscale. They upscale black people. We ain't no ghetto. It ain't South Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It ain't it ain't the hood. It ain't Oak Cliff.
And
It
you
ain't
said
Duncanville.
70%. You said 70%. It looked more like
Man,
80% when I
70%.
was there.
And one thing you gonna
Now, you got a
understand
lot of
about
black people there.
and
There's a
one
lot
thing
of
you gonna
black people.
one thing you're gonna understand about black people in like affluent areas, you could say whatever you want about pro-black. They want their kids to feel safe at school. And one thing I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
tell
why
you
they
as a
move out
parent,
here.
one of the things I'm gonna tell you as a parent, you could be black as the midnight, but even black people are looking at Carmelo Anthony like he is a threat in their schools, right? Because people don't care about the why. They don't care about your reasons. They just care about the results. And they thinking, damn,
Exactly.
I got a black son. He going to school with somebody like Carmelo. What if he would have pushed Carmelo? Carmelo would have stabbed him. Because if you say it's not race related, that means any man can get it, whether he black, white, whatever. And I know if I'm sending my son to school, I don't want the little boy bringing knives to school at school with my son, whether he's innocent or guilty. Because
hey,
I think they
Brandon, I had a
recruiting
question for
black. I think they're recruiting black women like the one you just seen from out of town to come represent him or some shit. Because she wasn't from that town, was she? That black lady was talking.
no, she is because she was the one
Oh, okay, I thought.
let me tell you, Dak Prescott had got sued a while back. She was the one who threw that case out. So she been over there. She been in that little rich area. Because I think Dak Prescott live around that area.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a rich area. A lot of you said, a lot of Dallas Cowboys and shit live over there. So she's the judge of the whole district. So yeah.
Oh, that was a judge speaking? I thought it was a lady. That was a judge, the black lady. That was a black
No,
judge?
that black lady said she drove 3 hours to get over there. So
that's what I'm saying. Her. That's what I'm saying. They recruited.
Oh yeah, she probably an activist from Negroville or something like that.
She's in the frog pig family, bro.
Stop it. Let's
that,
let my
man.
boy
Come
Gito.
on, man.
Let my boy Gito get a word in, y'all. Mute up, please. Let Gito get a word in.
All right.
Man, I just want to say, man, I don't want to hear nobody talking about racism, none of that shit. Because that boy got lucky in the motherfucker. He in a predominantly white county, and that boy getting out. You know, luckily he got she probably a liberal activist judge. You know, I don't know for sure, but more than likely that's what she is. But I don't want to hear no more boo-hoo whining and crying about racism. That's a good example that this country ain't, you know, it ain't all about race no more, dog. Man, that's a lie. Get out of here. That
Man,
ain't
G,
no
look at
damn
us.
lie.
Hey,
That ain't no
hey,
damn lie, boy. What you talking about?
shout
Yeah,
out
but
to
the
Man,
my
judge can't get
based.
the judge can't get him off though.
Yeah, the judge can't do it. None of that shit, my
she
nigga.
just
If
don't
that
do
boy
the
should,
ruling.
that boy should, he shouldn't even be out on bail, bro. He got murdered once. He shouldn't even be
Yo,
out
it's
on
kind
bail.
of sad. No, he
It's kind
got
of sad to hear that
he
kind of
got
shit.
murder
Even if
one.
he's right or wrong, you'll never see white people act like how we doing, nigga. Nigga, white people know that if that guy wrong or whatever, man, they'll still rock with that boy. You know, say, well, we don't give a damn. It's only us who want to go against. You know what I'm saying?
Who's
I'm not saying
firebombing
we
the
right.
Tesla dealership?
Say what?
I say, who's firebombing the Tesla dealerships? Ain't a lot of blacks.
Yeesh.
Man, it's a
It
bunch
don't
of
have nothing
gay
to do. It
folks,
don't have
man.
nothing to do with this. It
They
don't
didn't
have nothing to do
man.
with this. I'm just saying they can be violent. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hey, shout out to my boy Mike. Thank you, Mike, 20 for the $20 holler in Cash App. Shout out to my girl Cookie Lover. Thank you, Cookie Lover. Cookie Lover, are you a mod? I need to make you a moderator. Thank you for rocking with me. She's been consistently with me. I appreciate you, girl. Let me read this real quick. This ain't looking good. Right now, breaking news, video evidence, and witness testimonies are pointing to a calculated act in Metcalf's stabbing case. Multiple videos capturing the chaotic moments before Metcalf's death show Anthony reaching into his bags seconds before the stabbing. A move prosecutors argue suggests intent, not self-defense. The footage reportedly depicts Anthony confronting Metcalf after a verbal warning, touch me and see what happens, undercutting claims of an unprovoked attack. Over 30 witnesses, including students, coaches, and spectators, have described Anthony as the aggressor, escalating the situation when Metcalf, unarmed, attempted to nudge him aside. Witnesses also know Anthony tossed the knife into the bleachers post-stabbing, with the still unrecovered weapon fueling claims he tried to hide evidence. Prosecutors argue the evidence paints a clear picture of aggression, not desperation, as the case intensifies. So, guys, I'm not saying that to take a side on nothing. I'm just telling you that that is what the prosecution is coming back with. We got one side, the prosecution is arguing. Everybody in our Negro hemisphere, including me, we're saying, oh, it's self-defense. They're saying, no. Bro approached him, and now they're saying that Metcalf was trying to like get by Anthony, and he stabbed him. So I'm just giving you
But
both
let me
sides.
ask you a question, Brandon.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So the question is, Brandon, if you touch me, I'm gonna shoot you in your motherfucking face.
Hey, listen, watch your language first and
I
foremost.
apologize.
And you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah, I apologize. So by your return, you come and say, "All right, shit, I like being shot in the face." So
You ain't
I'm gonna
shooting
push you.
nobody. You not shooting nobody. Shut up. You a grown man. You ain't gonna shoot.
Okay.
If somebody
I'm gonna
punched
stab
you,
you.
if somebody punched you, you are not shooting them. I guarantee you, because I ain't gonna shoot nobody for punching me.
Okay, yeah. So no, what
I
I'm
might pull
asking
the
you
blink.
is,
I
if
might pull the
somebody
blinky out. Like, hey,
so the
watch out, back it up. But I ain't
no,
about to throw my life away
no, but
because
I'm
somebody threw a
asking you,
punch at me.
Brandon, sir, I'm
Brandon,
asking
I
if
told you
somebody
that
say,
prosecutor
hold
was about to be
on.
aggressive.
If I say, Brandon, if you touch me, I'm gonna stab you, right?
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I like being stabbed, so I'm gonna touch you. Then I stab you. Who? Do you
You're going
understand
to
my
jail. You're going to jail.
No, but I'm asking you, how am I provoking you, knowing that you're gonna be stabbed if you
Because
if you touch me?
Karmelo said, touch me and watch what happened.
Okay, so you touch me, knowing that something may happen, right?
Yes, if Karmelo warned, bro, like, bro, if you touch me, I'm gonna stab you. I could understand how, hey, bro gave him a warning and bro
Yes.
touched him and he stopped. But
Yes.
but listen, when you're being honest, G Lacan, like normal people, you hear brothers when they getting into it and they about to fight, what do they say? Nigga, touch me and see what happens. That's just a threat. Like, if you touch me,
but
I'm gonna fire off on you.
Already.
yeah, but they ain't from the hood.
Jack of
They
Spades.
suburb.
Get out
Suburb
of
comes.
here, bro. Get out of here.
They
Listen,
ain't from
Karmelo went there.
the.
Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades. As someone
Yeah.
from Texas, when you see two black people fighting, do they not posture up and challenge each other
No,
to touch you?
don't lie. Don't lie.
Let me talk. All my life. Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, what we used to do when we were kids, somebody, hey, they would hit you and you hit the person, you know what I mean, to kick it off. I don't know if y'all like that in California, but we would kick it off, man. But it was fists, man. We wouldn't come out with no guns or nothing, you know?
But
I
you know, as men, that's what happened when you about to fight. You posture, you throw out threats, you say, touch me. That saying touch me and see what happens is a threat. That's a threat that you do because you're letting them know you touch me, it's going up. Now we say it meaning I'm gonna fire off, I'm gonna fire your shit up. Carmelo said it meaning I'm gonna stab you in the chest and kill you.
Man, we never did
Yeah,
that.
but
We
Brandon, but you also admit that he went into his bag when he was talking like that, though, right?
Yes.
So what, he's gonna bring out a glove? What he gonna bring out, a boxing glove and say, "Touch me again, I'm gonna put on these boxing gloves"?
What I'm telling you is that makes it premeditated.
I ain't say it didn't. I'm just telling you that he warned you.
You not helping Carmelo with your ridiculous Negro assumptions. You are making this worse because now you done took it from self-defense to premeditated.
To premeditated.
I don't know, man. The DA kind of took it. I mean, them giving him that reduced bond, they might already have in mind what they want to do.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I believe it's a setup. I believe it's a setup.
Yeah.
I mean, you think
did
so?
they drug test Carmelo when they arrested him? Because that's the first thing I would have did.
Marijuana.
Whatever. Bro could have been off a beam. These young kids now is popping pills.
No, you don't get drug tests. You don't get drug tests unless you have to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay. But
they don't drug test you at the county jail.
Man, everybody smell like weed here.
What I'm telling you is this. There's no way in hell Carmelo Anthony got beat up to the point where he had to stab somebody, because when they did the mugshot, he didn't have a mark on him.
Exactly.
He didn't have a mark on him.
Yeah.
So when y'all like, he got punched, he got this. Carmelo said, bro, put his hands on me. That's it. I got a video. I didn't play it. It's this little weird dude in Chicago. He got robbed, right? The dude took all his chains and all that. He running down the street, mama, that nigga put his hands on me, mama. Nigga didn't touch him. Nigga didn't touch him, just except for to snatch the jury off his neck. When black people say somebody put their hands on me, that literally could be somebody barely touching them. But it's a threat. Put your hands on me and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not, y'all think I'm maliciously trying to go after Carmelo. I'm not. I'm looking at what Carmelo did. I'm mulling over it in my encyclopedia of Negro behavior or mannerisms. And I'm saying, this is what I conclude based on what he said. And I'm telling you, Carmelo, typical, reactionary, hyper-emotional, young black male fueled by ego, like a million of the little gangbanger boys in my city, overreacted. He took he went above and beyond what was necessary to deal with that situation.
You sound like Charleston White.
I mean, I'm not trying to be Charleston White.
Yeah.
I just sound like a black man with common sense who has young nephews going to high school. Bro, I asked my nephews, I said, y'all, if somebody at the school pushed you and pushed you twice, would you stab him? They was like, no. I was like, what would you do? I'll take off on him.
But you know what, Brandon? Even when the guy said that you sound like Charleston White, you know what that says though, as far as black people, that common sense ain't coming. We got so few people that speak with common sense that you can lump the few black people on the internet that use common sense. It's more people that's on here doing fuckery coonish shit that turn around and call a person with common sense a coon. It's just the name call. I didn't say you, bro. I wasn't talking about you, man. I was just using it as an example. It's an analogy. You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying was, what I was making the point of is that you even saying that he sounds like Charleston White is funny to me because
I listen to Charleston White because he's from Texas. He from the neighboring city.
I got you. But what I'm trying to tell you that when I look on the internet, it's only a few people that speak with common sense, and Brandon is one of them. And when you speak with common sense, that means that you're a fair person. You see it side to side. Even me, I call it straight down the middle, and people's in the chat calling me a coon. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm a straight up convicted felon with a firearm, put in all the work in the world. But they'll call me a coon because I disagree with them. So that's just how black people are, man. We just like perpetual kids, man. Like we just kids and we don't think that way.
We're not a monolith, man.
Somebody,
But the monolith is saying that that the boy is wrong, the boy is right, and everybody else that says something against him is wrong.
They both yeah. Listen, they're both wrong. For one, they both
what
wrong.
I'm saying is we're the minority though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, because we said we're not going along with the narrative.
Yeah, we ain't going along with the narrative.
So what I'm saying, listen, let me tell you something. So somebody said Brandon is mad that he got a reduction. Guys, Karmelo is still innocent until proven guilty. All I'm doing is giving my opinion of what I think is going to happen based on what I'm seeing in the police report. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. So
isn't that the same report saying 5?
It's serious stuff, man.
Guys, we can't talk all at the same time. We can't talk all at the same time.
Shouldn't have got no bill.
But guys, look at this. This is what I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. This situation is only really important to me because I have kids, my nephews, my daughter, who are high school age. Karmelo should have never had that damn that damn knife at that school, period. He was wrong for that. And then he went and used the knife in a situation where he didn't need to kill anybody or use a weapon. He's not a weakling. He's not a feeble, little, scared little child. He's a grown man damn near. He's 17 years old. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you sitting up like Karmelo is totally justified, all that, what that tells me is you are a savage-minded person. Or you're just a liar. Because a lot of these dudes that sit up and talk about what they would do and what they did, and they won't do none of that crap. I done seen dudes with guns get punked. Black dudes.
Hey, Brandon, I got one question.
Go ahead, Jack.
Okay, what about, and I don't mean I'm not trying to be the devil's advocate, but I'm asking you about George Zimmerman. I'm not sitting up here saying that it's the same scenario, but I'm just thinking about how.
Not really. Trayvon Jack Judge Zimmerman beat his ass. Right?
He was on top of him, beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, if you guys, a lot of us, and I'm gonna answer you right now, Jack Space. A lot of us, we don't really know the details of certain things, and we speak on it like we do, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that the white guy had got convicted and sentenced to 20 years on that situation that happened in Florida. I was glad he did, but guess what? I thought he had got off, and most black people left it at that so we could have a reason to be mad. That's what we like. The thing about Trayvon Martin was George Zimmerman was wrong for following Trayvon Martin, but George Zimmerman did a couple of things that helped him get off with murder, because I think he's guilty as fuck. But he did a couple of things right. First, he called the police. The police told him stop following Trayvon. But here's the thing. Him and Trayvon got into a fight. Trayvon Martin attacked him, right? Trayvon Martin got on top of him. Now, if George Zimmerman was just fighting with Trayvon Martin would have been fine once he got the dominant position and was like, all right, bro, get the fuck away from me, and moved on. Trayvon Martin started bashing bro head against the concrete. That is what caused them to deem George Zimmerman pulling out the gun and shooting him as self-defense, because they said once Trayvon Martin started slamming his head against the concrete, that was deadly force. So he was able to match that deadly force with the deadly force of him discharging his weapon. If you look at the self-defense laws in Florida, Texas, Georgia, you have to meet with proportionate force. That means equal. It has to be. That means if I kick you, you can't pull out a damn sledgehammer and bust me upside my damn head, because that would be disproportionate force. That means you taking something that's at a 2 and you taking it to a 50. And that's what Buddy did. He took a situation that was a shoving match, could have been a shoving match between two high school boys, right? Damn near could have been dismissed as horseplay. Bro took that and made it murder.
Good point.
That's not equal. So y'all can say what y'all want to. I just know I know that foolishness is tied up in the heart of a child, like the Bible say. That could have been my nephew. That could have been my daughter. You know what I'm saying? No kid deserves to lose their life for pushing somebody. Those kids were sitting up in there. Listen, if you never played sports, that's on you. But I know good and well, when I played football, wasn't nobody, I don't care if it was snowing outside, nobody from the rival team was coming to my side of the field on my bench, calling themselves sitting down. You will get your ass whooped. Watch a basketball game. Watch a hockey game. They fighting. Why? Because that's what happens in the spirit of competition. So you guys are saying Austin had no right to approach him. I get you. But in the spirit of competition, you already know what's going to happen in that situation. They're going to be like, hey, bro, you got to get the fuck. That's what they're going to tell you in Florida. How do I know? I got a bunch of homies from Florida who I play football with. They're going to tell you. Bro, I remember we was in Compton, dog. We fighting, right? Now, what the hell do a Florida dude got to do with a goddamn California dude, right? But when them Florida boys was rolling with us, guess what? We getting in fights. We getting in shit based on gang shit. Them Florida boys was like, hey, nigga, we with y'all. We were the Long Beach dudes. They don't freaking got a dog in the fight of California gang politics. But in the spirit of competition, sport, you develop like camaraderie that will make you ride with somebody even though you don't got nothing to do with what they getting into. So bunk all that BS. Black folks love to try to act like we don't understand what happened here when we understand what happened here more than anybody. But we're not going to be honest to it. We're going to try to weasel out, oh, no, it wasn't that. Go ahead, Jack Spades. Then we going to go to my boy Mike.
Well, I wasn't trying to validate.
No, it's not a personal attack. I'm not attacking you.
No, I got you, man. I'm mature. I'm a grown man. I'm 50 years old.
Right.
I mean, you know, I was just throwing it out there because, I mean, that's what the black folk here gonna throw it out as. They're gonna throw it out there as that. I don't support Karmelo doing that. I mean, I think he deserves to get some time. You know,
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Jack Spades. You ever saw the movie Menace to Society? Y'all all saw that movie, right?
I saw it.
Every Negro who watched that movie feels like the girl Sharice or whatever cousin was wrong for coming back and shooting up Kane and shooting up that house because Kane beat him up in the middle of the projects, right?
Okay.
They say, you got beat up, bro, but it wasn't worth coming back, killing a bunch of people over your pride and your ego, right? The same black people are telling Karmelo that he's right for doing the same thing for less. Think about that.
I know I heard them say something like he's a hero. I said, oh, hell no. These people are lunatics.
They're liars.
Yeah, they did wrong, man.
They've been saying some wild shit online, bro. For real.
Because
he deserved that. He deserved that.
Was on his Instagram posing with his guns. So they saying, oh, they trying to say the white boy was like
He's
a
he's a
thug.
white supremacist.
Yeah. Somebody said,
Cerebral
with all due
seed stuff.
respect, look at this. They said, with all due respect, we have to look at the whole situation. This is not the hood, and those rules don't apply. Duh. That's why we're saying Carmelo Anthony was wrong for bringing those rules. Boy, you at
Exactly.
a school with a bunch of white kids. What the hell is you bringing a knife for? Then you use it to kill somebody. You're wrong. Go
He
ahead, Miss
wasn't in
Mary.
South Dallas. You're right.
Right. If you was up in what is it, Dunville or whatever down there,
Well,
Jasmine.
you got South Dallas. You got Jaffe. You got Bonton. I mean, there's some roguish areas here. Oak Cliff.
But why would he be right to have a knife in those areas, but he's wrong to have a
People
knife?
over there, because those people over there got knives and guns and everything else. They like you. They living on a wish
Come
system.
on,
I wish a
man.
nigga would. No, bro.
Man, South Dallas is a hood. I mean,
Come
for
on,
real.
dog.
Like,
South
are you
Dallas is
serious?
Compton.
I'm from the
Bro,
suburb. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I'm not from the suburb. I'm from South. I'm from Oak Cliff.
Man.
Nah, I'm going with
I'm
Brandon was
not
saying. He's just like me.
Bro, what
Nigga,
I'm
I'm from
telling
the
you,
suburbs.
listen, bro. If I'm going to Melrose, I ain't got my pistol on me. If I'm going to 57th in Budlong, I definitely got it on me. It's two different situations.
You better
The
have your
mass
gun
shooting
on you
happened
in
in the
South Dallas.
suburb. Why would you not have your gun going into the mass shooting suburb?
On Melrose?
You ain't got kin folk in the hood, bro.
Yeah.
Like all black folks got kin folk in the hood.
Man,
So
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell you
saying is,
straight
you
up.
need your
I'm
gun
gonna tell you.
anywhere you go. You can go to the
Can I talk
suburb
right quick?
movie theater and still get blasted if you don't have your weapon. The white people crazy too.
See,
Get
what
out
you
of
don't
here.
understand is having a
Let me
weapon
talk.
don't mean that you're not gonna get blasted. But having a weapon can make a ignorant Negro think twice about trying to make you a victim. It ain't even a shoot. It's to let somebody know I got it on me, dog. Don't even try to bullshit today. Go ahead, Jack of Spades.
Wow.
I was just trying to tell her, brother. Man, I gotta go to work. I go to work early in the morning every morning. You know what I'm saying? And out here in Plano, man, you don't got people walking around. You know what I'm saying, on the street, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got police in intervals. Like every 10 minutes, you're gonna see a cop. Okay? In Oak Cliff, okay, yeah, you'll see a cop, but it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? You got people walking around the street. I mean, I ain't never been to California or South Central or anything like that. I don't know how things roll there, but I know how it is here. I mean, you don't go to South Dallas and you don't have nothing on you, and it's 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you don't do that. Or downtown
Man,
Dallas. I mean,
yeah.
it's tough.
Man, I grown up in Houston, Texas, outside Houston, called Humble, Texas. Man, you gonna
Man,
need
that's Houston, man.
in the
This is
suburbs.
Dallas. I'm talking about Dallas, Texas. I ain't talking about Houston. I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about
humble
Houston.
to
I've been to
change up,
Houston a
boy.
lot. I ain't never been. I went down to Houston. I had some girlfriends live in Houston, but I ain't
Humble
never
to turn
been.
ghetto.
Say that
You might
again?
be right. I can't comment on you. I comment on Dallas.
I
I
said
know all my
humble.
life.
I said humble to
You said,
turn ghetto. They getting
I
ratchet and
know.
humble now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you might be
I was in
right, man.
I was in Atascocita. You know Atascocita?
Yeah, I stay right by. Texas.
What
Yeah,
about
and
Pasadena?
there's some rich area. I mean, they got some wealthy area in Atascocita, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I'm telling you, that's where
Pasadena,
I
you
was at.
got other areas of Houston. Right? Pasadena, you got, Katy. I mean, you got different areas of Houston. So, I mean, I can't comment on Houston. I'm commenting on Dallas.
And we used to
Man, Dallas.
put our hands on those white boys down in Atascocita, boy. Well, I used to put it was few of us down there, but we used to put some hands on
Man,
those white
shut up,
boys.
G. LaCon. Try to act like a tough guy. You was out talking about Carmelo was right. I used to carry my knife to church just in case one of them old ladies was trying to push up on me. Y'all, I
No.
love black people because black people be the most gangsters people 1 minute, and then 2 minutes later, they the most scary people. Bro, nobody
Brandon,
believes this shit.
Brandon, I was telling you, I agree with you. I agree with you. He gonna spend some time, but I'm saying he had every right to. I would still believe still he had a right to carry it because I grown up down there. I know them white boys, man.
Bro, he doesn't have
I
a right
know
to
them
carry a
white
knife
boys,
on
nigga.
school
I
campus.
grew Brandon. I
Okay, so
know
you
them.
was getting stabbed by white boys?
No, I was They would try
What
when
was
they
you doing
see.
to the white
Hold on,
boys
let me
when they was
explain.
whooping
Hold
your
on,
ass?
let me explain to you. Right, let me explain to you. White boy get confident when it's 3 against 1 in down
But
Texas.
how did
You know
you
what I'm
deal
saying?
with it? How did you deal with it?
Nigga, what I did with it, either if I'm outnumbered, I had to run. You dig?
Okay, so what I'm telling you is
And
you're
that's the
a
problem. There
hypocrite.
you go. There you
You're a
go.
hypocrite. If you got 3-1, there's no shame in running. If it's 1-1,
No shame in that.
get busy. But never,
Wait, hold on.
ever. If the Karate Kid could take a beating, so could you. Go get you Mr.
Nah,
Miyagi. Learn some defenses and some offenses.
No, they've been running their whole life. Now they
But
got their hero. They got their
now,
hero.
right,
That it makes
Miss
sense to
Barry.
me now.
Nah. Hold on. Nah, listen. What I
It's
mean that I
not
would
Jesus.
run.
This the Messiah. I knew one would come. He's Neo. I knew one would come one day and stand up to those
Exactly.
white boys.
Now let me quit lying. I won't run, nigga. I'll box, nigga.
You
I ain't
gonna
gonna
run.
lie.
You told the truth the first time. I'm getting it, nigga. I'm
Nah,
eating
nigga,
meat.
I ain't gonna. Nah, I was just joking with you though. Just
They've
to
been
fit
running
your
their
agenda,
whole
man.
life.
Bruh said, put on your track shoes, baby. Hey, listen.
Nah.
Look, Carmelo, he did what he had to do. At the end of the day, you got to do whatever you feel in your heart. But also at the end of the day, you got to be prepared to deal with the consequences. If you look at that law, and I didn't read it multiple times, it can't be provocation. This was 2 young men in a damn ego, didn't want to back down. White boy
On their way
pushed,
to
bro.
college. So sad.
Man, they both should have been in college playing against each other. But old Gloctavius had to have a buck knife on him and took the white boy out. And what's bad is the whole community seemed to be behind the white boy. I'm telling you, black people will defend you in public, but in private be ready to throw your ass under the bus, dog. I'm telling you. Nigga ain't going to school with my kids. Best believe it. Look at Kamala Harris. They celebrated her in public, but when they went in that booth, I ain't voting for that bitch. Or they just didn't show up. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna give our final thoughts because I gotta go to my baby volleyball practice. We're gonna start with my girl, Miss Berry. Go ahead, Miss Berry. You got as much time as you want to. Let us know what it is and what it ain't.
Well, I hope you can hear me. I'm driving.
I hear you loud
What
and
I was
clear.
saying, I'm a cheer mom, so I'm always at the games, and there might be an altercation here and there with the boys, and I just never would have. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I have a son. I could not imagine my 17-year-old ending up killing somebody just for no reason, really, because I don't see a reason behind it. But I will say this: I'm gonna just pay attention, watch the case. I want to see all the evidence. I would like to know what really happened. And that's all I got to say. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Mike. Big Mike.
All right, so I want to really say this. I think the black community, I think we all know that he's wrong. I think what it is, we just so tired and we hate white people so much that we gonna side with him no matter what because of all the stuff they saying. But this is what I tell my son. And my first baby mama a mixed breed, so he light skinned and we live in a good neighborhood. But I always tell him, he go to majority white school. I always tell him, don't think that you one of them white boys because the same rules don't apply for you.
Thank you.
So whatever decisions you make, you gotta understand. You gotta be able to deal with that. Now you can ask my son principal. They call me. I say do what you gotta do with him. I don't take up for my child because I know when my child is lying, and I won't make my child make me look bad like I didn't raise him right. I grew up poor. He ain't grew up poor. So ain't no reason for you to act like a tough guy because you not. And I tell my son that all the time. I embarrass him. You not a tough guy. And I think a lot of people got to really start telling their kids, not really shaming them, but letting them understand, you ain't got to be tough. Defend yourself, but don't go looking for trouble. When you get emotional, that's when everything gonna go to the left for you. And I don't really think a lot of people had that conversation. Now, me and Brandon were going back and forth, but my whole thing was at the time we didn't really get to talk about it. I just wanted to be the white boy to be held accountable because he did kind of set it off by making his way over there to him. And Melo overreacted by stabbing him. Bro, you really ain't have to stab him. You could have hit him with a chair. You could have poked the nigga in the eye. You could have did whatever to get up out of there.
Right.
So, I mean, he gonna end up with manslaughter. I really think he gonna end up pleading out because I see this turning into a whole racial situation. And from what it sounds like, that community ain't gonna want that shining on their community a whole racist thing. Cause one thing about racist white people, they don't like getting put out of being racist.
What?
Yeah, they don't like being, when you find out somebody that's racist online and you find out who they are, don't they always start crying?
Yep.
So you got people like Tariq Nasheed gearing up. You got all them other little civil rights, the Hebrew Israelites. All of them gonna start ganging up, and it's gonna become a whole racial thing. When it really ain't, like the kid dad said it. It really wasn't a racial thing. I don't think the white boy was racist. I think he just like
Mm.
every other white boy, like hip hop. Mellow just like every other black kid. Hey man, I'm cool. I'm that nigga. You feel me? You ain't finna tell me what to do, and it just escalated. That's really my opinion on it. To be real.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate this Cash App. Hey guys, don't forget it's still not too late to help us reach our goal. Our $5 super chats. Help us hit our goal. We only need like three more, I think. Let's go, my brother G Lacan.
I leave it with this. America from day one, from the inception of it, has been about race. Um, and when situations like this occur, each race pick a side, and it's sad, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Even if the person is wrong or right, we're gonna when it comes to this type of situation, it always occur, and we got to also remember America for black folks is an unbalanced scale. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Let's go, Gito. Unmute your mic, brother. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, man. It's just your boy. I'm not against. I hate how our group of people. They when you try to stand with what's right and what's common sense. They say you a coon, you upper ruckus, you a house nigga, all that shit. Like totally different. Like, and you wonder why some of these cats don't even speak up. On certain issues, or they rather make the bad decision because they rather be seen. Be seen in the light. Like they ain't this or that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, to me, y'all make it difficult to be a black person in America. You know what I'm saying? But your boy, I think he was a good kid. But it's proved that it don't matter how your upbringing is. It's all about decisions, and the decision that he made is probably gonna screw up. His football career. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this a list. I hope y'all grown ass men take the time out to talk to y'all sons about this shit.
Hey, 100%. Situational awareness, controlling your emotions, everything the YNs is dealing with in every hood around America, basically. And it's very hard. See, and one thing people don't think about when you talking to like black men, right? You don't understand that we're hearing this shit every day. Young black dude then killed 5 other black dudes. Every day it seemed like Chicago, 85 people dying on the weekend because the YNs did this. Bro, when you see this happening every day, all day, ain't nobody trying to hear no, this case is different because This case ain't no different. This case is like, bro, this guy probably was listening to that hood rap music, as was probably Austin Metcalf, and their egos got out of control on a day, and one dude end up dying. But if you really as bad as you think you are, whoop his feet with your hands. That's all I'm saying. The knife was a cowardly thing to me. But go ahead, Jack of Spades. Thank you, Gito. Peace. Jack of Spades, you got the floor. Unmute your mic, my brother, and send us off.
Damn. Hello?
Go ahead. You got it. We hear you.
Okay, justice is blind. It's about right and wrong. It ain't about black and white. I mean, he did something wrong. I mean, I don't think it was. I can't say it was premeditated murder, but he gonna get some time. He gonna get some time. I mean, ain't nothing he can do about that. But I mean, he deserved it. Hopefully, this is a learning experience for him. After the 20 years or whatever he gonna get when he's sitting in prison. I don't think it's gonna be bad for him in prison, man, because there's just so much black support for him on the outside, but this don't need to be the model that we need to go by to deal with situations. I mean, we need to deal with situations, like you said, proportionally. I mean, hey, back in my day, hey, somebody push you, you just get into a fist fight. At the end of the day, hey, whoever got whooped, And I don't know where this bringing out guns and bringing out knives came from. Man, I grew up in the 80s. I graduated in 1995. I don't understand why it had to escalate to this. I mean, hey, man, look, just burn out your hand. Somebody push you, whoop their butt. I've seen plenty of smaller guys knock a bigger guy out. So I don't think he's going to get that. It was self-defense. I'm scared for my life. He just tried to push you out the tent. And, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm thinking he's going to get some time. I don't think he's going to get life. He's going to get some time. You're going to have to deal with that. And hopefully this will be a deterrent to make other young folk not jump to that conclusion that he jumped to have to bring a knife out and stab somebody. Hopefully it's that way, man, because I don't want this situation where, because if he gets free, that means any Negro that hits somebody, you're justified in shooting them. That's what you start. That precedent start that. And I don't want to start that. And I'll leave it at that.
Right. I feel you. It's about the precedent that's being set. You start this mess. What happened when the white boys say, "Oh, bro walked up to me and I was scared, so I stabbed him in the chest." That's what I'm saying. Whenever you co-sign some shit, always think about, would you be willing? How would you feel if that was in reverse? Right? Let's take a white boy from high school. Some little black kid is picking on him, smacking him upside his head or pushing him. White boy turn around, stab him in the chest, right? You basically, black people is like justifying like school shootings at this point. Because those kids be like, man, I was scared. They was bullying me every day. And I felt like bringing a AK-47 to school and lighting everybody up was the way to handle it. Well, it's up to him. However he feel. No, goofy. That's the problem. Sometimes when people go based on just their feelings, they do crazy things that are above and beyond what is necessary. Because you can't tell the little kid at school he's not really scared of the bully who picked on him every day for 5 years. But then he probably is scared. Do that mean come and light up the whole school with his dad's revolver? No. We are in civilization. You deal with that in a different way. But if it was a white boy doing that, no, that's wrong. That dude crazy. Them kids is little psychopaths. But when Karmelo Anthony does it based on his feelings to someone he don't even know, nah, he did what he was supposed to do. No, you arbitrary. Do y'all know what the meaning of the word arbitrary is? Like I'm asking a real question. Do black folks know the meaning of the word arbitrary? Because that's what we get. That's what we become, right? When we think we're in the right about something that's totally wrong. Arbitrary. I'm gonna give y'all that definition. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. That's what you're gonna learn today. Here we go. Arbitrary. The definition. Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. Let's use it in a sentence. His meal times were entirely arbitrary. Arbitrary rule by king and bishops has been made impossible. That just means you doing whatever you feel like doing at the moment. You know what? We gonna go kill 1,000 dogs. Why? Just because I feel like it. Or because, you know what, today he made me mad, so I blew his head off. No, dude. But then tomorrow someone make you mad and you say, man, you know what? You pissed me off, but we still cool, bro. That's arbitrary. It's on a whim, a spur of the moment feeling or thought. That's what a whim is. That's what Karmelo did. I'm going to just stab the nigga if he touch me. Why? No thought put into it. Just ignorant shit. So, and that's what black folks do. We don't put no thought into it. It's just we mad at white folks because slavery. So anything that happened to them is fine. That's why the hood is messed up. I heard a dude tell me this. Man, I remember when I was young. A dude told me, he said, dude, you know, I can't help it. I got a bad temper. He's always fighting in school. I said, if you got enough sense to understand that you got a bad temper, you got enough sense to avoid the situations that flare your temper.
Right.
Period. I used to have a bad temper too. When I was young, I got kicked out of 5 elementary schools when I was in elementary school. 5 of them. When I got to middle school and I went to a school I really liked and there was girls I liked and all that, I didn't get kicked out of no schools. I realized, damn, bro, I can control myself if I'm incentivized to. Black people in America have been incentivized to be totally reactionary and emotional because that helps the people in power stay in power. Go ahead, Jack. You want to say something?
Well, I was gonna say that. Yeah, you're right on that. I mean, and you gotta think about. And there was some. I mean, when you're 17 years old, your mind's not mature. I mean, you gotta take all those things. That's one thing he's gonna get the manslaughter charge. When you kill somebody, you gotta pay the consequence. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's just how life is. Life is it's consequence. It's a decision and consequence. That's just how it goes. He's going to have to pay for it, and it needs to be that way. And then people got to think before they make decisions like that. Yeah, you know, it would have been better for him to tuck tail and run than it would have been to do what he did. You know, I mean, I know it don't feel good for your ego, but you know, in the long run, and in hindsight 2020, he would have, you know, looking back at it, I should have ran. He ran anyway. After he stabbed him, he ran.
Right.
Oh, he should have ran to begin with. Damn, I mean, when you know all those white folks was in that tent, and you know that they were hostile, you should have ran. I mean, okay, your ego would have been hurt, but you would have lived to fight another day. Now you're gonna have to spend probably 10 years in the penitentiary in Huntsville, which ain't a nice place. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have relatives go down there and set off in there, no air conditioner, man, peanut butter, whatever they gotta eat. Like you said, 12 people in the cell or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to deal with that. I mean, I hate he gotta deal with that. Yeah, I hate that for him. Well, he made that decision, and I pray my son, I got a son, and I pray he don't make stupid decision like that. Man, let me know, right? You know. Nigga, I keep my guns locked up. I keep everything locked up, man. Don't do nothing stupid like that,
Go
man.
home and tell your parents.
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? You know jiu-jitsu.
Right.
I'm putting my son in martial arts, man. You be able to handle yourself. Be able to handle yourself, man. But I mean, you don't kill somebody because they're trying to push you out of a tent.
And the biggest thing martial arts teach you is to be able to control your damn emotions.
There you go.
Because now you do have the skills to kill somebody. So you need to control yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and it was some bad upbringing, you know, and his parents got to account because they usually charge the parents, and they should charge his parents on some of this stuff, man, because you know what? They didn't do, you know, and I hate to say it, but they didn't do their job right either.
Right. Why your son, I check my kid, my nephews and my daughter, I check their backpack. They ain't going out of nowhere without me knowing what's in their backpack. And I check it when they don't even realize it. I go in there, they go in the bathroom and shower, I go right in their room and go dig through their backpack.
And you got to do that. I go in there and see what my son looking at. I know it's cartoons or whatever. At least he's saying. I still go off and look, make sure it's cartoons.
Right. Just check on them. Check on your kid, man. I believe that boy was doing some weed, something. Just had him tripping, but hopefully he wasn't. But I want to know if he was actually suspended from school because I heard some stuff about him being suspended for bringing a knife to school.
Or if he did, then he, like I said, he'll get justice.
We gonna find out. We gonna find out.
And like I said, it's bad because you know Metcalf ain't gonna live to be able to have another day.
Right.
You know, hopefully he was right with God. He did what he was supposed to do, man. But you know, he don't got another chance. He dead. And you know, and if that make me sound like a coon, I don't give a damn about what anybody think about me.
Right.
I mean, right is right, man. Wrong is wrong, man. And I'll say that for anything. When they killed George Floyd, it was wrong. Shapiro got on there talking about they need to free Derek Chauvin. That's wrong. But when this young man do what he did, that's wrong. That's wrong what he did. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and co-sign what somebody did because they the same color. When Jasmine Crockett did what she did, she wrong. Right. You know what I mean? Donald Trump. I mean, when he does wrong stuff, I'll say it. Nigga, I voted on this nigga.
Right. But if he's wrong, he's wrong.
He wrong. I ain't gonna sit there and co-sign for it. He said some stuff that pissed me off. I mean, talking about where these people came and kissed my ass, excuse my language, came and kissed up to me to get these terms. Nigga, don't say stuff like that, man. You just make him, you know, that's what got you in the situation you're in. But my whole point is, yeah, you know, you just call people to account, regardless of whether you agree with them or disagree with them. And that's just how it go. If they're your race or they're your son or your daughter, my son he become a serial killer or what? And I pray to God that never happened, and it should. But he got to go to jail.
Right. You just fair. You calling it even, like how you see it.
Well, that's all they go boil down to. Even though that's my son, nigga, I ain't gonna bend justice, nigga. And you know, my mom never did bend justice for me. When you know, when I did wrong, nigga, son, you shouldn't have did that. You know, you gotta pay for it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you
deal with the consequences.
That's how I was raised, man. So that's how I raised my son, and that's just my view. Call it a Southern view. You know, I mean, that's how I am. I ain't no Tariq Nasheed sitting up there justifying everything that black people do because they black. I'll never do that.
But when he get mad at black folks, he be cussing them out and doxing them and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I get on some things. You know, sometimes he talk reason, sometimes he talk BS.
Yeah.
When we talk BS, I'm gonna call it BS. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna agree with this nigga, man.
The only thing I'm gonna say about Tariq is Tariq would never send his kids to school with a kid like Karmelo Anthony.
I believe him.
Tariq isn't going to no black school, and Tariq will tell you. Tariq said, "I don't even go to LA because there's too many little niggas down there that'll shoot you and do this and do that to you." But guess what? If they do it to somebody else, Tariq will be defending them.
So that's why, you know, that's why I don't co-sign for this cat on everything. I mean, some of the things he say, you know, of course, you know, I'm gonna leave it at. I want to divert the attention off the subject. He talks about reparations. I mean, I don't know how realistic that is. You know, looking at our budget, you know, the fact that we $36 million or $26 million trillion in recession. I don't know how realistic that is. But I know I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna let it go. My family in East Texas, we received 200 acres of land, and we still got it in our family. You want to talk about reparations? And all my cousins have went to college and they become successful. This nigga talking about how we owe reparations. We got reparations, man. We became successful. All them niggas that ran to the north and did what they did, they the ones asking for reparations, man. We got a whole plot down there, man. We got half of East Texas. I ain't gonna put half of East Texas. I'm just saying on my
That's the
grandfather.
history that they don't want to talk about because it's all designed around getting black people to give them money. So it's not even genuine, man. So we know what it is. It sounds good, and unfortunately, human beings like to be told what they like to go and get in echo chambers. I got a friend. He's not really a feminist, but his wife is a feminist studies professor in a college. And she basically put him on. Hey, just get online, telling women what they want to hear, and you gonna make money, bro. Just retired from his job. He quit his job. I'm done. He's making millions online, just talking to feminists, telling them what they want to hear. Men are evil, and this dude is abusive, and this dude's misogynist, and they eating it up and they paying him for it. So we know what the game is. The name of the game these days is create an echo chamber and watch the money roll in. And unfortunately, dudes like me who will disagree, but I will give it to you if you're right. I don't get the blind share of views. You know why? Because people don't want to listen to people who disagree with them nowadays. People want people who echo their beliefs, their opinions, And unfortunately, I can never be like that. But thank you so much, Jack of Spades, for coming up here. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Y'all letting me on. I mean, thank you. And to all the other ones. I mean, good, respectable black people. You know what I'm saying? Respectable brothers, descendants of freedmen. I ain't gonna that FBA shit. I ain't gonna co-sign for that. But just, we acted civilized and we had civilized conversation, wasn't a bunch of yelling, wasn't a bunch of just ignorant discourse. I mean, I appreciate that. Hey, you have a good evening, man. Good luck to you, picking up your daughter. And all right.
Thank you, my brother. Have a great night out there in Texas, my brother. Be safe.
All right, bye.
Peace. Hey, guys, thank you. It was a great show. I liked it. My brother Jack Spades is right. We wasn't up here arguing, yelling. I appreciate that. It's good for the soul. Just having a nice little conversation. I'm even working on trying to take my volume down. Can you guys still hear me good if I talk like this? I think I'm going to start talking like this from now on. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm going to make some more videos and post them. It's a beautiful Monday. Great start to the week. I got my first workout in. About to go pick up my daughter, then get my second workout in. We just gonna do it. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna do it like we cooking barbecue, baby. Low and slow. Low and slow. Oh, I know you guys hear me. But thank y'all so much for watching this. Appreciate every single thing you do for me. Shout out to everybody who contributed to the stream. And in case I missed someone. But I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.